Welcome back to another episode of Podcast P, a Wave Sports and Entertainment original. It is your guy, PG-13, and I'm joined with my guys, Dallas Rutherford and Jackie Long.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? We checking in again. How we doing? How we feeling?
I'm fresh off a flight and I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying?
Can you let us know once again where you coming from?
From the Shy, man. From Chicago, baby.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Keith still in the Shy?
Hey, man. Hey, Keith still
So now we
there.
getting officially, it's official now. It's Keith.
Yeah, it's official. Y'all can watch him every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, for the bootleggers, every Friday and every Saturday. You know what I'm saying? But,
what's up, Dal, man? What's
A lot of mixed emotions, man.
Yeah.
A lot of mixed
You had a lot going on.
This is an interesting week for me, you know what I mean? But a lot of mixed emotions. A
lot. But, it's you asking us what's going on with you. It's a lot going on with you, P. It's a lot.
A little bit.
I am a nosy brother. A nosy brother.
I know you are.
And I see you got on a Philly jersey. Philly jersey. And I don't think nobody in the world knows your number. And if the people do know out there, number 13 and number 24 is retired
This is true.
in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Retired. And I think you started off your career with 24.
Mm-hmm.
For about 4 years?
About 4
About
years.
3 years. And then you had number 13, I say for about 10 years.
Sound about right.
Ooh. Now, Pete, with both of these numbers retired, I mean, we your boys. You know what I'm saying? And I think the Podcast P people is your fans, and they are peoples. So is you gonna do the exclusive today and let us know what jersey you wearing, what number you wearing, and why you wearing it?
Y'all want to see what jersey
Do
number?
we want to know? Let the Podcast people know.
Y'all want to know what's
come on.
under the ball?
Let us know, P. Let us know.
Okay.
The E's 8.
Is it we eight?
The E's 8.
I had to do it.
Why you had to go hate on them?
Come on, man. I'm in Philly.
Okay.
My idol, the Bean, Kobe Bryant.
Mm.
My way of idolizing Kobe. And, something that meant something outside of 24 and 13. So it was only right. It's different. There we go.
I got nothing to say.
There you go.
I like the 8 on you in. I didn't even think of that.
The 8 actually do. I like the 8. The 8 looks good on me.
Let me see it, P. Move the ball.
You know what I'm saying?
Move the ball, P.
I want to know,
P, that's nice.
how long did that decision take you? Because I'd imagine it was a little bit of a dilemma for you there. Like, what number am I going to wear?
It did take a minute because I was going through all numbers. Like, man, what makes sense? What looks good? Like, what will I be comfortable in? I went with 14 because my son can't say 13, so he says 14. But then that just don't. It didn't. I don't know. That number just don't look right.
Didn't have a ring to it.
And shout out T-Man. I know T-Man wears 14. It looks great on T-Man, but I don't know 14. I can't picture myself in a 14 jersey. And then so I'm going down. I wore 25 a little bit in high school, but I didn't love it in high school. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna wear that again. Also wore, I believe, 31 my freshman year in high school, but 31 don't look right with me. So I just kept going down the line. I'm like, 1, nah. You know what? 8. Like, it's only fitting.
You had no help from nobody?
Nah.
Like, not wife?
I mean, I was asking wifey. Wifey was going through numbers. She thought 14 too, just because.
What about daughters?
They would have shot out like, we're 39 or we're 47.
So I say wearing this number 8, of course, is beyond different motivation wearing this number 8 now, because now with the world knowing why and all this, and we know what Kobe Bryant has done in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, I like this number on you, and I expect and I hope to see you do some Kobe things, man, in Philly.
You know what? For me, it's just it's good to have those moments of just like when you look at that jersey, like, yeah, this is who I'm putting it on for. So like I wanted that moment of just being able to be like hold myself accountable. Like,
I tell you this, Kobe would be proud.
I hope so.
You can't go wrong with number 8. Like you just can't go wrong.
Kobe would be proud.
Like, 8 is 8.
8 is 8.
Like,
8 is a special number, man.
I like this. This is nice. 8, Eric. Ooh, this is good.
Big Kobe.
Kobe, dog. So PG, for 2 seasons, it's been welcome to another edition of Podcast P. This your boy PG-13. PG-13. I mean, now, Pete, we done heard that enough for 2 seasons. The world's loved it and everything. But now that is number 8, what are you going to say in your intro now?
I'm going to have to come up with some clever shit now. Like, I'm so used to saying PG-13. I said it in this intro. Like, I'm so used to saying 13. It's going to take an adjustment of just being like PG-8, PG-8.
Yeah, we got to come up with some.
It don't have a good little ring to it right now.
Yeah, we got to think on this. PG-8, nope, that don't do it.
it just don't sound right.
PG easy.
It don't roll out like PG-13 did.
It's your boy Easy.
It's your boy Phily PG. Phily
Easy.
PG.
This your boy Easy.
Easy 8.
Easy 8. This your boy Easy 8.
Peasy 8.
Yeah.
Peasy 8.
I like that. Welcome to another edition of Podcast.
It's your boy Peasy 8. I like Peasy 8. Peasy 8 solid.
Peasy 8.
I might change my Instagram name.
Oh, I didn't even. You got to go down a long rabbit hole now.
I'm like Trace.
Trace.
Damn, yeah, you
Peasy
right.
8 now.
Peasy 8.
Easy 8.
Was it 8?
Peasy
Ocho?
8.
Ocho. But that's
yeah,
like Ocho
yeah,
though.
that's kind of
we PZ8.
stapled.
We Peasy 8.
We'll figure it out.
This episode is sponsored by Coinbase. Coinbase is the best and easiest place to get started with crypto.
Coinbase is the most trusted, only publicly traded crypto exchange. And honestly, the best way to get started learning about crypto is simply to try it.
That's all I did. It's easy to buy a little crypto and get started investing with as little as $20. It's also a great place to learn about crypto. Get the latest crypto news directly.
You might have heard of Bitcoin, which was the world's first cryptocurrency and still the most popular. But Coinbase has over 200 digital assets on its platform you can trade, including Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Dogecoin, and many more.
Fans of this podcast get $20 in Bitcoin when you sign up and make a trade today using promo code PODCASTP at coinbase.com/partner/podcastp. Coinbase. Crypto moves money forward.
P, a couple of weekends ago, you decided to opt out of your contract with the Los Angeles Clippers and sign with the Philadelphia 76ers. But can you give the fans some insight, what those meetings were like? Maybe your first meeting with the Sixers, when and where? Almost as if I would assume that they're pitching you to come to Philadelphia. Gives the fans some perspective on what that is like.
Yeah, so, we spent the weekend together down in Cabo, and I came back and I had that meeting with Philly that Sunday night, and David Blitz came, Josh Harris, Elton Brand, Dr. J. Bro, I had Dr. J in my crib.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. OG.
Julius.
Shout out Peter Dinwiddie, Daryl Morey, just the whole, majority of the Philly front office was there at the house, and it was a great meeting, and talk about organization. Not to say that the Clippers didn't and the Clippers don't, but just an organization that just was like, man, you're our guy. Like, we believe in you. We want you here. There's no perfect pairing with you, Joel, Tyrese together. And it was just, my family felt it. I felt it. It just felt like, all right, this is where I'm going to spend the next chapter of my life. And so it felt good, man. Like I said, Dr. J was in the crib. I know that was big for my dad.
Oh,
My
Pops was going.
loving
Did he get
it,
a
bro.
picture? I
For
know
sure.
he did,
Come
bro.
on.
For
Pops,
sure.
Did he have a fresh pony?
He did have the slick back. He had the slick
He had
back.
the slicky.
I think he had some hard bottoms on too.
Come on.
His swag was crazy.
I'm trying to think. I think he did. Did he have the hard bottoms on? He did.
That means Pops was
Pops came
to be.
suited. I think did he have the leather? He didn't have the leather jacket. Did he have the leather jacket? He did have the tan was Man, I love my dad, man.
Y'all gotta love Pops. I can't wait till Pops come on the show.
Yeah, man. Pops had the hard bottom, so you know what kind of meeting that was. But it was cool, man. Like I said, they sold they sold the city, they sold the team, the organization, the fit, and it was just like an opportunity I couldn't pass up.
Okay, Pete, with that said, what was your mindset coming into the meeting? And what did you want to get specifically out of them? Like, what did you want to hear from the Sixers? Like, what is it like that was going to make you say, damn, I'm here. This where I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was just the idea of, playing with such a presence in Joel, and then just a fresh start, new opportunity. I was pretty open on the conversation and the decision. I think, stuff was kind of at a stale with Clippers, which opened me into, looking at other teams, hearing other programs out. And ultimately it was more so just the idea of, one of the best point guards, young point guards in the league, and the best, if not one of the best, if not the best big in the league in Joel. So, I mean, it was just, it was kind of just like, let's see what this looks like.
Did you feel like from their conversation, did you feel like this is home? Meaning because you got to feel like wherever you're going, you want to feel like I belong here. This is where I'm definitely going to be. The people love me. I love the city. I love everything about this. What made you feel like this was home?
Yeah. I mean, I can't really say I feel like home or felt like it was home yet because I ain't been there yet. As much as I know Philly is just the hotels and shit I stayed at when we go play there. So I ain't never really been around the city in Philly. So I'm looking forward to doing that, going around the city, going into the restaurants, just getting that Philly vibe. So I'm looking forward to that, to like really close that and feel like, all right, yeah, this is where we comfortable. This is where we spending the next 4 years at least. But, based off the meeting, I did feel like I said, it was a level that made me feel like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, this is who I'm supposed to play for.
How hard is that though, being from Cali?
It was tough, bro.
And you're end of your years and you're like, damn, do I want to leave or am I already home? You know what I'm saying?
That's why it was the toughest decision. Cause it's, I'm moving my kids, my wife.
Right.
They comfortable here. My daughters going, they already sad that they missing out and leaving their friends that they now have grown up with for the past 5 years. And so it was a lot. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's probably the most stressful time that I've been through in a long time.
Yeah, man.
And so because I've never been through free agency. This is the first time. Every time I've foregone free agency and re-signed. So this was like the first time I was an official free agent. And so it was stressful. I ain't gonna lie, it was stressful, especially me being home. Like, I think if I was somewhere else,
it would have been different.
Yeah, it'd been
for
a little
sure.
different. Like, I don't really got no ties here. Like, I can leave.
Right.
But it was like, man, this is the crib. Like, do I really want to leave LA?
That's where everybody at.
Exactly.
That's where we at, Bunky.
That's where the monkeys.
Pete, was there anything that they shared with you? Because you kind of just mentioned maybe not too familiar with the city of Philadelphia other than the hotels. I think when people think of Philadelphia, they think about that fan base and all the sports teams out there, the Eagles, their baseball team. Was there anything that you learned about Philadelphia in that meeting? Like, did they share anything with you that you were like, oh, I didn't know that?
They have some of the best golf courses.
I was just gonna say,
Come
like,
on.
that I didn't know
what
about.
they say about the golf.
Yeah.
Come on.
They got some of the nicest courses out there. But I think it was just more so like putting a stamp on how passionate the fans are there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they can be rowdy. They can, I've heard the stories of, them getting on their players or whatever like that. But, that's good pressure. That's pressure that you want. Indy was kind of like that. But it lit a fire under you to play better and be better. So, that was, I guess people would be scared of that. But, it was kind of reassuring that, like, they care.
Mm-hmm.
They want to win and I want to win. So, I was just looking forward to it.
Did they mention anything about, podcast beer or anything in those meetings?
Did it-
Just curious,
Like
Yeah, I think they're gonna build out a room.
I
I think they're gonna build out a room and then y'all can pod live as the games go on.
Say what now? Say what now? See, that's what I'm talking about.
He said an office.
PJ, got a
That's what I'm
PJ for y'all.
talking
when
about.
Y'all, wanna-
Office.
y'all got an office room. They go PJ y'all
Come
back and forth from LA to
on.
Philly.
Come on.
Man, perfect.
Shoot. We gotta pay for our own flights. Or are they doing it?
Oh, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna
doing
send a
that too?
We just pay
plane.
for the
They're gonna
gas.
send a plane.
Yeah.
Boy, that's what I love
You know
doing,
what I mean?
boy.
Just bring your own tissue.
I know, look. You ugly. But wait. What did before we get to joking around, I want to ask you though, what did Dr. J say to you in this meet?
Nah, Dr. J had a dope intro and like just story, right?
What's the story?
So he brought up, how he joined the team. They ended up getting to the championship, lost one. Got to the championship again, lost. Got to the championship again, lost.
Damn.
Then he was like, like we just can't get over the hump. Then they go ahead and trade for Moses Malone, and they win it. And he was like, that was the missing piece.
Moses Malone.
Oh, that's good.
He was like, P.
I'm sold.
You the missing piece.
You the missing piece.
Wow, that's a story.
So I was like, man.
Yeah, Pops was like, son.
Where I sign that, man? Where I sign?
It was like you got doctors.
Nah, but it was,
that.
Obviously it's, man, a ton of work cut out. Hopefully me and Joel and Tyrese get on the same page early as possible. But it is an opportunity to win and try to get a championship in Philly.
Yeah. You're teaming up with two other all-star caliber players in Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. Tell us a little bit about the conversations that you've had with them thus far.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just a great, collective conversation between the three of us. We haven't all three been on at the same time, but I talked with Joel, I talked with Tyrese. And Tyrese, man, one of the most mature kids in the league, one of the most mature kids for his age. He was just like, man, I learned so much. When Big Fella went down, it was a ton of pressure on me. I was able to see different defenses, kind of learn, grow. And, I'm like, man, yeah, whatever I can help with and getting you even better, that's what I'm here for. He's a star.
Mm-hmm.
We all know he's a star. He's got, number one option capabilities. And you need that fresh legs, that liveliness that he has. Joel, simple, I'm going to space the floor for you. I'm going to do this, that. There's so many ways we can play off one another.
Beyond.
And I just, like I said, I've never played with someone so big and dominant like that. He's, the best or one of the best centers in the league, bro. That's a beast. Baby Shaq, again, it's a dream come true. Having a star point guard and a star big, that's a crazy dynamic right there.
P, I'm actually curious. Did you have any relationship? I would assume maybe a little bit with Embiid just because he's been in the All-Star game. Mm-hmm. But did you have any relationship with Maxey or conversations throughout the season? Or is this kind of like it almost feels like going to school for to a new school or something like that? And I know you're a veteran and you're going to be able to fit in that locker room because you are a professional. But do you have any relationship with them before this at all?
No, I didn't. Joel, we talk every All-Star week. We talk and we kind of hang out as we're doing the events or if we're taking the pictures before the All-Star game. We always found time to kind of hang out and just chop it up. And it was just genuine. You know what I mean? He don't know me, I don't know him, but it was just always something that just brought us to just talking. I'm kind of, I think I feel like we're kind of similar in just being introverted. And so as all-star stuff's going on here, players hanging, talking, we kind of just do our own thing, you know what I mean? Keep to ourselves, but then slowly, it's like, oh, what's up, big fella? What's going on? Where you going after here? Or what you doing with your fam? Or it's just a natural conversation we would have. So yeah, it wasn't no relationship before, crazy relationship before between me and him. But it just, having talking to him, he was like, man, regardless of what happened, you somebody that I look at as a friend. I feel like we're similar people. We always got along. I keep to myself, but you're a cool dude. I fuck with you. So I was like, I fuck with you too, big fella.
At the finals, y'all look like y'all was best friends.
Yeah.
No, good dude, man. Joel is a good dude. I fuck with Joel.
Well, P, we all know how important it is to be in the NBA to win an NBA championship title. That's like the main goal, no matter what. Yeah, you can have all the other accolades and everything. But you go into Philadelphia and you're playing with a center who's been there since he got drafted in the NBA, which is Joel Embiid. So I want to know, by you picking Philly, what makes you think there is the title contender? And don't forget, you have to go on a team that plays the right way.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about this team that you think plays the right way and to be NBA contenders to win that championship?
Yeah, I mean, I think Nick Nurse is as good as it gets as coaching. He's won at many different levels. I already talked about how good Joel is and Tyrese is, and now you mix in myself, Oubre. I think we have a hell of a starting five. And then we got veteran guys coming off the bench. So we already have a recipe to be a really good team. And then I think, everybody wants to win. I think you have a good mixture of veterans and young guys. I think Jared McCain will help. Really good player out of college. And so it's just a good mixture of everything. People take shit out of context and like, duh, I want to win a championship. But playing the right way means a lot as well. Like, you got to Philly or Celtics won the championship because they played the right way. That's what I'm referring to as playing the right way. Right brand of basketball that fits my game and my play style. So that's what I meant by that. Y'all got too much time on y'all hands. But to clear that up, ultimately winning a championship means the most and the only thing I'm trying to do at this point in my career.
Yeah, I would hope so. Shit.
I don't even know why I gotta
it goes hand in hand.
People try to dissect everything
trust me, I know.
Right.
They got too much time on y'all hands.
Everybody the other fans that just don't see it. He just going for the money. That's all he doing. He's not going for the money. He's going for a ring.
For a ring.
For a ring. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about none of that. It's for the ring.
You don't want to comment?
Nah. That's all you big
got this dude quiet over here. Say what you said.
Hey.
Everyone's got a thirst, a drive to be the next big thing and put the world on notice. And for me, to be one of the best basketball players every night. So if you answer when your thirst call, Sprite's for you.
Well, you know it is for me then. My drive has got me to where I am today as an actor. And Sprite is for the makers and the creators like myself, the visionaries that put in the work to build their dreams. Whether you're shooting a cinematic masterpiece on your phone, filling notebooks with sketches, or you're up all night turning your bedroom into the booth. Keep going, y'all. Thirst is everything.
Being a managing partner in my own mortgage company at the age of 35 has quenched my thirst to be as successful as I wanted, but even that hasn't stopped my drive towards greatness. Sprite is made for those who thirst for success and are working to make their dreams a reality.
So keep going and remember to be true to yourself. Obey your thirst, Sprite.
P, outside of course, Embiid and Maxey, who else are you that you waiting to connect to on the team besides them two that you want to get?
KO, Kelly Oubre. I love his competitiveness. I love his, tenaciousness. I'm looking forward to lining it up with him. Honestly, I'm looking forward to being on the floor, being on the wing with him. I think I can help him grow, teach him things. I think he's super talented. We always seem to get into it when we play, but he's one of those players I look forward to competing against. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with KO. Looking forward to getting back on the floor with EG. Haven't played with Drum, but, he's a veteran. He's been in the league for a while.
And that's your boy.
And I fuck with Drum.
Yeah.
Me and Drum we boys off the court. So looking forward to playing with Drum. And then, being that mentorship for the young fella that just got drafted, Jared McCain, that's gonna be a fun.
Gonna be nice.
To be in his corner and kind of help him with his productivity. I mean everybody, bro. I'm looking forward to just getting acclimated in Philadelphia and getting on that floor.
Man, guys. AI gonna be at the games every day.
AI. I don't know about every day.
He might. He might. You Dr. J said you are the one. So
Every day is crazy. I
I'm
don't think
surprised
every day.
why didn't have AI
Every
come
time he
to the
comes to
house?
the gym, he's just sitting there.
Why didn't have AI come to the house?
They probably would have.
Yeah.
They would have had
Ooh,
AI.
AI with Dr. J.
Dr. J is dope, though.
Dr.
That's
J is
just
course.
like-
That's
But
different.
I'm just saying.
That's
AI would
different.
have been great too, but Dr. J is, I'm sure he just has like an aura. Just
AI,
like-
I fuck with AI. AI, the big homie.
You could ask AI about his little statue.
He did get that.
Why it gotta be little?
I don't know why they did him like
For
that.
reference,
That
was
that's
messed
the
up.
size of all the championship or all
That-
the statues
Yeah.
outside of Philly's arena.
Hey, P,
That's the size of
you
all
got
the
an
statues.
opportunity to get one. You
You
got
said the little
opportunity.
statue.
Hey, I mean, that's what they were saying. It was
Come
why
on,
it's
you
so little.
see, you can't be a casual. You're a casual right
I
now.
was. I'm gonna be honest. I was.
You can't be a casual.
I was. I got to get
You
out
know
of
what I
that.
mean?
I
You
gotta
gotta be
get
in
out
that
of
casual.
that.
You gotta know full
Yeah.
context.
You do. I do. I didn't know. That was my first time.
See, that's why I had to
even
put you
knowing
on
about it.
game because you was gonna have a conversation with somebody
Well,
else.
can you
who
coach
was-
me? Because you in Philly now. Can you coach
I
me?
got you. So
Tell
like
me.
I said, for reference,
Mm-hmm.
everybody got that same size statue.
Okay. Why?
That's just the
So they could
size that
fit
they
more.
did. Yeah, so they could put more statues around.
But it has to be a certain reason why though. Like they couldn't make the statue big like this the Staples Center. Look how big they statues are. Look at a lot of other
They
places.
not LA. They
Okay,
wanna,
I'm just saying, got to be some history why.
They
That's
wanna
all
do
I'm
something
saying.
different. That you're right, and
So
I
you
don't have
gotta
the
know your
context for
history
that. I don't got the context for that.
well,
We'll find out.
Okay, until then, don't check me.
First question. Hey, I know this is
Check me.
random.
I gotta check you.
You did that.
For
You did.
AI, I
'Cause
gotta
didn't
check
know,
for AI.
because I didn't know. You did.
So, P, Nick Nurse will be guiding the ship in Philly. And I know you talked about your conversations with Embiid and Maxey, but have you had any opportunity to sit with your future head coach and have some talks with each other?
Yeah, I actually saw Nick yesterday. We went out and played golf together. Played at the Riviera. Yeah, so we actually got out there, got to chop it up a little bit, play a little golf. Nick's a good dude, man. Good coach. You know, it was cool, like getting to know him. You could tell he's a competitor, but all around, just stand up, good dude.
P, do you have any experience with Nick Nurse throughout your career?
Nah, not really, to be honest. But it's funny that the game that they KO and Nick Nurse kind of went at the refs
Okay. Yep.
was the game we played them.
Oh, that is funny.
So yeah,
that one. Okay.
Yeah, that
one.
So that was like my real, and I always seen him as a fiery, competitive coach. Like he's always, you could tell he's fiery on the other side. But I've never had any interactions with him. But like seeing that moment, it was like, all right, yeah, that's who you want to play for that. Like he was fired up, he was emotional, he was it mattered and he cared. And so that's the only real, like, I guess, time I've like seen him like on that level was when that happened.
Love that.
But yeah, it's actually funny that it was against us.
I forgot it was against you guys.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Y'all about to make his name look real good.
So I cost him some money.
For a long time.
Yeah. Man, he was hot. He was real hot.
Both of them was hot.
Oubre was funny. He was just hot.
Yeah.
Oubre was
That's
funny.
a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was crazy.
All right, P, I understand you from LA and you just left a team with 3 other players from LA, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook. And we know this had to be a hard decision leaving your boys and everything, but we know it's a business out here. So at the end of the day, you had to do this for your family. So I want to know, what was the negotiations like with the Clippers before and whatever through the discussion to let you know that, hey, I'm leaving y'all and I'm going to Philly.
Yeah. Just to put it out there, like, I never wanted to leave LA, right? Initially, I was not trying to leave LA. LA is home. This is where I wanted to finish at. I wanted to work as hard as possible to win one in LA. Like, that was the goal, to be here and be committed to LA. As it played out, though, like, the first initial deal was, I thought, kind of disrespectful. Right. And again, in all of this, no hard feelings, no love lost, no, like, it's a business, like you said. So the first initial deal was like 2 years, 60. So I'm like, whoa. 2 years, 60.
Hey, that's crazy, bro.
That's
That's
great.
crazy.
That's crazy.
So I'm like,
Wow.
no, I'm not signing that. Like, now we're getting into the negotiating. Like, no, I'm not taking that deal. And so they saying this, that, like, you know, we want you and Kawhi here long term. Like, we want y'all to be here, all of this stuff, right? So then, you know, as we're continuing to negotiate as the season goes on, and mind you, this was started before the season started. So this was kind of like, I could be wrong on actual timing, but this was maybe like October-ish, when negotiations first started, and it was 260. And as we kept going, it was like, you know, they would go up, you know, inches, to where it was like 44, 45, right? But this was like a couple months in between before we got it to 40-something. So I'm still like, nah, I'm not doing that. Then I hear wind of, like, you know, what they're going to give Kawhi. So I'm like, just give me what Kawhi got. Like,
Right.
y'all view us the same. Like, you know, we came here together. We want to finish this shit together. I'll take what Kawhi got. Like, no
You was
no
cool with
problem.
that.
I was cool with that. Like,
Wow.
and we were still taking less. We were taking less.
Wow.
Kawhi took less. I was like, if Kawhi gonna take less, I'm not gonna say I want more than Kawhi. Like, I'm not gonna, like, it's not about me being paid more than him. Like, I'm gonna take what he got. Y'all give him that, give me that. They didn't want to do that. So this was before the All-Star break. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want, like, let's not even have no more conversations. Like, let's just play this year out. Cause it was starting to get into like my mood. Now I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to have that energy carry over into the team.
On the court.
So,
right.
cause I could see it starting to bleed a little bit into the team where I was just like disconnected. I didn't want to fuck with nobody. Like, I was kind of just, you know, kind of to myself a little bit. So I was like, man, let's just let this shit play out. Let me get to the end of this year and we'll discuss this again. We'll pick up, you know, conversations again. So we do that, right? Season in, I finished healthy. 74 games played.
Yep.
And had one of my most efficient seasons. So now we go into negotiations. Now they bring it to 3 years.
Where we at?
150. So basically around what they gave Kawhi. So a part of me was still like, all right, that's cool. It sucks that it had to get to this point, like that we couldn't get this figured out a lot sooner. But
Way early, right?
now we at the end of the year, 3 years, 150. So I'm like, all right, like now we're in a ballpark. You know what I mean? Now we can have conversation here. And again, it still wasn't about the money. Because when I went back to have the negotiation at the end of the year, I presented the 150 no trade. Because in the meeting, they're like, you know, we want you here long term. We want to, you know, when you're retired, we want you to be a Clippers for a lifetime, like all of this stuff. We want you to be here. We want you to be a Clippers your whole career. So I'm like, cool. Give me the 3 years, 150, no trade then. Like, no trade clause. Then I'm taking less, but at least I know I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm committed to y'all. Like, they didn't want to do the no trade.
Do that?
Wow.
So then now I'm like, all right, well then it only makes sense for me to do 4 years, 212, right?
Yeah.
Like, at least pay me my money. If y'all gonna trade me, then y'all gonna trade me. But at least, like, now I'm not in a situation where I could have got more had I just gone to free agency, then take this deal, and then y'all could just ship me wherever I want. And then now I'm on this deal that I didn't want.
Right.
So they didn't want to do that. So then I was like, now I'm open to entertaining what's out there. And then, I mean, you know, through the negotiations, they wasn't budging. They weren't gonna budge. I wasn't gonna budge. I thought I played well enough for them to, you know, be like, you know what, he's a part of our future. Like, I thought I did that. I thought I earned that. You know, granted, we didn't win while I was there, but luck has a lot to do with that. You know, we couldn't remain healthy as a unit. But I thought I did enough to earn that.
To earn that money.
They didn't want to do it. So it was just a stalemate. We came to a stale, and ultimately it was like, all right, that ship has sailed. Like at that point, it was like, man, I love Steve, I love Lawrence, but at that point, it didn't even feel right to come back with that type of energy and be comfortable playing back in LA.
What did Steve say to you?
I mean, it's taking his word. You know what I mean? In that situation, it's taking his word. Like, no, I don't want to trade you. That's not the reason I want to resign you. Which I get, and I understand, and I don't know. Steve is a good dude. Like, I love Steve as an owner, one of the best owners that I played for. But it's a business. Like, I won't take nobody's word if they can't put it in writing.
Right. Yeah. Can't take nobody's word if it ain't in writing. I like that.
Is it difficult, P, for players like yourself? Because as you mentioned all that, I'm curious. It is a business, but you're also treading that line where it can kind of feel like personal. How do you kind of navigate those conversations and remove that emotion kind of out of it, like not taking it personally and understanding that it's business? Because I would guess that can be hard at times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On both sides.
Yeah. No, I mean that's why I had to stop the negotiations during the season, because it was personal. Like, that's how y'all view me. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Like, in all of this, that's why it's no love lost, no hard feelings. Like, if that's how y'all view me, fine. That's cool. Now I got to go somewhere else. It's nothing wrong with that. Like
you said, they say it's business. You say
it's business. Yeah,
too.
it's business. I got to do what's best for me and my family. If that's how y'all view me and that's where my value is, then no hard feeling. Like, I'm gonna go where I'm appreciated at.
At the end of the day, who life is it?
It's business. Like, I wasn't. I was torn a little bit because of the I don't know, just the history we had this past 5 years. Shit I was playing through, like injuries and stuff I was playing through. I was everything I had. We had some good ups, we had some downs. But I thought, again, I thought I deserved more than, especially for the first initial contract, like the first initial conversation.
It's hard to not take that personal,
like, bro.
That's I understand negotiations too. It's a business. You got to maybe start down here and we'll end up here. But that's a pretty low starting point to just throw that on the table and show your cards like that. It's like, okay.
Right.
So
that was like that part you can't never like overlook. Like, that's really how y'all felt. And so that kind of just was like, you know what else is out there? But it was tough, bro. It was tough conversations.
I can't imagine.
It was tough conversation. That's why it was so stressful. Like, this whole week and a half was a very stressful week and a half.
I wish we could have helped negotiate when he was here. I would have just been like, Steve, this is what you need to do.
We should have brought our own
First
contract.
of all, put us involved. And then after that, I'm going to tell you, it
was a great selling, though. Like, I went and saw the Intuit Dome. Like,
yeah,
they walked me through everything, how it's going to look. And Intuit is damn near done. So it was cool to see it kind of firsthand, everything, the facility, the building is crazy. Like,
I went from Laker to Clipper.
We in Philly?
That's what I said. I'm Philly.
Good?
I mean.
Hey.
But I'm embracing the new change. I love the new change.
I'm Philly now, my new team.
P, you mentioned how just stressful these last couple of weeks have been for you. Going through all your options. How did you manage that stress? Did you do anything different throughout those weeks, or did you talk to anybody? What did you do just for that, your personal peace while you were going through the decision-making process?
Yeah. You know what was helpful? So me, Aaron, YT, we took a little trip down to Cabo ourselves, right? One weekend. And this was already, in the beginning stages of us negotiating with Clippers. And so I was like, you know what? I just need to get away. Like, let's go somewhere where we can just, vibe out, play golf, chop it up. The finals was going on at the time. So watch basketball games by the pool. Like, we was just on a cool little trip. And that was like the piece I needed going into all the free agency talks. Was just a chance to sit back, kind of evaluate everything, let everything play out. Before ultimately it was just like I'm comfortable with the decision. Like I think at that point is when the first time I was comfortable with like, all right, if I'm not in LA, what would that look like?
Mm.
And it was tough though. Like I had to have conversations with Daniela. I had to have conversations with my parents. My parents was like, man, son, go where you appreciate it. Like, don't worry about us. Daniela, the same thing. Like, we'll follow you. Don't worry about us.
It's awesome.
Yeah, which
That's
was
big.
very helpful. The only part that was pulling me back was the kids. That was the only part pulling me back into that situation was the kids. But, ultimately you just gotta, you gotta make the right decision. Just what was best. And again, people gonna think like, oh, he did it for the money. Like it wasn't initially about the money because I was going to take less to stay with. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Less money, less years. I was down to do both until.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's like, man, I'm not like, take less for what now?
Yeah.
People probably didn't notice though, Pete. This ain't your first time playing in the Eastern Conference, but this your first time living on the East Coast because Indiana was Midwest.
Midwest. You hit me with that earlier.
Come on.
I thought you fucked up a
Midwest.
little bit.
And then OKC,
Bonky.
you know what I'm saying?
Come with it.
Bonky with a riddle.
You been on the.
Facts.
I'm just saying.
I was thinking like, where is this
it's
going?
like
I know you're right.
They was just in the Eastern Conference. That's all. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's a good point.
Midwest.
That's a
Great
good point.
We
Great
ain't never
point.
lived on the East. I'm just saying. It's your
Geography
first
head
time.
ass.
So how you feel about that though? Shit, you know.
No, I mean it's a change. It's definitely a change. But again, I'm looking forward to it. Wifey is from the East Coast. Ton of her family's in the East Coast, so we have family around out there as well. It'll be different, starting from initially in the East, to kind of be back to playing those teams and being in rotations with those cities again. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it all.
We get to find out where the best Philly cheesesteak is.
Best Philly.
now.
Please, Philly people in the comments, leave where's the best Philly cheesesteaks? Because it's only right.
It's only right.
I think us three, we got to bless wherever the best Philly cheesesteak.
Let
place
us
is.
know, please.
they
We
left.
gotta know because when I go out
Podcast
there,
P is coming to the best Philly cheesesteak place in
come on.
Philly.
And we coming soon. Shit, we coming soon.
Jackie, another thing that A1 had shared with us that I didn't even really think about is on the East Coast, the states are so much closer to each other.
Yeah,
So even from like a traveling
Oh, the
standpoint for
travel.
P, like being in LA, playing all the Western Conference teams, they're
That is
longer
true.
flights.
Mhm.
On the East Coast, he's still traveling, but it's just a couple hours this way, couple
It's
hours that
amazing.
way. It's all
Philly,
kind of
New York.
Mhm.
We got Brooklyn,
Philly, New York, Brooklyn,
Indiana.
I mean, Indy is
Detroit.
close. They're like 2
Yeah,
hours.
you got-
Detroit's like probably 2 hours.
Mhm.
You have
Toronto,
that's easy.
Miami's probably 2 hours. Like it is like I think you're just sacrificing
the weather.
the weather. Like you're gonna be cold, but the flights are
I
are
tell you
quicker.
this, the East and the West definitely done switch now. The West was popping this year,
Yeah.
and now look like the East about to be popping.
The
with
West
all
is
the new
still
stuff
the
with
West
the
is still
East.
popping. The West is crazy.
I'm just saying the way all these players on the East over there now going. You know what I'm saying?
It's more. I feel like it's more on the West though.
You think?
Mm, I mean, I'm trying to think the biggest West Coast trade
Clay
would
just
probably
got
be
over
Clay
it.
going to
Clay
Clay
Dallas.
going to Dallas.
KC got who?
Who'd they get?
Who they get?
Caruso and
Oh, I
Hardestein.
like
yeah,
Caruso.
I like Caruso.
I like both of them for that team.
I like Caruso.
Hartstein got paid well too. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he got a nice little contract.
Yeah, I like
90.
both of those.
I just want to
teams.
bring this up. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing but Lonzo back. Lonzo Ball is
I
back.
think there's some
See
excitement
you.
on the East now, which is good.
This episode is sponsored by Liquid IV. What event do you guys like watching during the Olympics?
Man, I only want to see Sha'Carri Richardson, man, run the 100-meter dash, man. That's all I want to see because when she runs to her family. Ah.
Outside of basketball, which is like the easy answer, I like to watch the swimming. I think it's incredible how fast those guys like just swim in that water because I suck at swimming. So swimming for me.
Very interesting. As a fellow gold medalist, I got to root my boys on to win the gold, but I love watching track and field as well. With the Summer Olympics in full swing, hydration is key for athletes and fans. Liquid IV is extraordinary hydration for physical endurance, mental clarity, and overall well-being.
A single stick of Liquid IV delivers better hydration than water, along with 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients. They are #1 powder hydration brand in America.
Liquid IV is easy to use. Just tear, pour, and live more. I take the packets everywhere I go because it keeps it easy for me to hydrate when I'm traveling. Liquid IV helps you skip overpriced drinks with convenient on-the-go hydration.
Turn your ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code PODCASTP at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code PODCASTP at liquidiv.com.
P, I want to know, did you have any conversations with Kawhi before you made the decision to leave the Clippers? When did you have that conversation and how did it go?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I owed Kawhi that conversation. I called him up and was just like, man, listen, I think I'm going to go elsewhere. Like, conversations with the Clippers didn't go how I wanted to. I kind of broke down how I told you guys how it all played out. And we had that conversation and I was like, man, like, I got to do what's best. And, he understood. He like, go get your bag. Like, P, go get your bag. Like, I can't even be mad at you, So, I thought, and I look at Kawhi as one of my best friends in this league, somebody that, I fuck with. Like, our families, love each other. So it was tough to leave him, just with, how much I enjoyed being out there with him. That was one of a big decision too, that weighed a lot on me. It was just, damn, I'm leaving my boy, like leaving why. But I had to have that conversation with him. We talked, and he gave me his blessings of like, man, just go do what's best for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever had the conversation on the podcast, but if you wouldn't mind rewinding a little bit and kind of taking us through the origin story of you and Kawhi actually joining the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you remember most about that time?
Yeah, I get flack for this too, right? Like, people give me shit for this too, of thinking I was the reason that Thunder team broke up, which was not the case. Again, it was me having to do what was best for me in that situation. So after Toronto wins, right?
Right.
Y and them win it, I text Y. Congrats, bro. I think he ended up calling me right after. What you gonna do? What you mean? Like, what you gonna do? Like, you comfortable there? You good there? I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, I just resigned. Like, yeah, we gonna try to do this shit next year. Like, he like, nah. I hear people trying to get out of there. Let me call you back. That was the initial start of that conversation. And then me and him was just working on how can we make this happen. And I was close to going to Toronto. Like, we were deciding to go to Toronto or the Clippers. Ultimately, the Clippers put something better, a better package together, a better trade package together that sent me to LA. But I was close. I was close to, he was going to re-sign to Toronto and we was going to go to Toronto. That was the origin and the beginning of that story. And it was just a whirlwind of how it played out.
It seems like yesterday, which is crazy.
It does.
Like, if you really, I remember Kawhi getting off that plane, and it was, talk about a wild time in the NBA offseason.
It was a whirlwind of how that shit played out. That shit was a lot, figuring out how to get me to LA, but we made it happen.
So, P, I heard a little birdie during that time that you guys actually met at Drake's house. Is there any truth in that?
Yeah, there. We linked up. So it was Drake's crib when he was in Hidden Hills, and at the time I was living in Hidden Hills. So Drake was probably like 5 minutes around the corner from me. So I like, man, pull up, let's chop it up. So I pulled up, we chopped it up, what did it look like, how to happen, and if it was even a chance. So that was kind of like after that phone conversation, that was kind of like the next phase of us linking up and talking that through. But it was a bit of both. It was also to like congratulate them because this was why they just won it. So it was like, it was a congratulation, like, shit, you did it, bro. So it was a lot of that more so than anything.
You mentioned that it could have worked out in Toronto possibly. So I would assume you going to Drake's house, was Drake there? And was he kind of pitching to you? Was that a little bit that you were just talking about? Was Drake saying, P, come to T-Dot, come to Toronto?
No, Drake actually was out of town. Drake was actually out of town.
What?
Yeah.
He just got people at his house when he not there? What?
The man just won him a championship. Like,
he was celebrating.
So what?
Why wouldn't he give him his crib?
It don't matter. It's my crib. You might mess up some shit. I don't care how much money I got. Y'all let my crib, just people all up in my crib?
It's Drake.
It's
Drake.
Damn, that's balling.
You don't
that's
care?
awesome,
Like, you just want me a chip. I don't give a damn.
Damn,
do what you do.
Wasn't even there. How that feel? You in somebody's house that's not even there.
No, I mean, I was like,
You were like, what?
Yeah, I was hyped. Like, oh shit, Drake over there too. Cool. I'll kick it with both of y'all.
Kawhi answered the door. Welcome.
Yeah. What if I felt like I was in a museum?
Nah, Drizzy wasn't there. Drizzy wasn't there at the time.
Here. You ugly. Somebody's house that ain't even there. Get your ass out their house.
Drizzy wasn't there. I have been to his crib once though, where he was there. His Toronto crib.
The Toronto crib?
Yeah.
How was that one?
Crazy. That house is stupid.
Crazy house.
Crazy house.
How
I know
many
it's off
rooms?
subject, but while we're on the subject of Drake house,
It was crazy.
it was stupid.
Shit you ain't never seen.
Like, he got a club in his shit.
A club inside the
The
crib?
full court basketball shit is crazy. He got a club in his shit. He got a big ass indoor pool. He got 2 fucking studios.
Two fucking
His
studios.
crib is
How many?
nuts.
Yeah, never mind. He's Toronto.
And then his award room was just,
Stacked.
he got so many awards, so many collectibles. Like,
More than anyone.
damn, you just
Yeah, I just want to make that clear.
they not like us.
Chill. No.
Stop. Don't.
Shout out Drizzy,
stop.
man.
Don't do
Shout
that.
out both
Don't
goats.
do that.
Yeah.
I'm not a shout out both goats.
But P, we know you done had a lot of good times with me and Dallas in LA, but we know you had a lot of more better times with the Clippers. And I want to know, what do you value most about your time in LA, and what message do you have to say to your Clipper fans as you close this chapter?
I mean, I just think, you know, that run we had when we went to the WCF, was, I mean, obviously that's the furthest a team went in Clippers history. And I'm not one to kind of dwell on shit that don't mean nothing. Like, we didn't win, so it doesn't mean much. But that moment was the most I felt like a Clipper my whole time. You know what I mean? Like, it was life there. It was energy in it. You know what I mean? It was like, I don't know. It was just like, we felt we could beat anybody. Like,
Right.
that group felt like we was the best team, regardless. We lost, you know, when Kawhi went down. That hurt us. But if he was healthy, like, we winning that year.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could say the same thing for the bubble year, like, and everything is ifs and maybes and woulda, coulda. I get that. But when it comes down to like a belief standpoint, that bubble year, we were rolling before the bubble happened. Bubble happens, and it was anybody's game at that point when we went in the bubble. But that year we felt it. We was coming together, we was connected. We figured out what our identity was, and we was hooping. And then the year Kawhi got hurt, that was like, we felt like, you know, we felt like we still had enough. Couple plays here and there, and we possibly beat Phoenix. But, you know, I think that was just the most enjoyable time right there. I thought we played basketball the right way. It was a fun game. It was fun to watch us. We played hard. And that was probably the most connected we were. So that was one of my most memorable. And obviously, you know, I think a lot was special about this past season with 4 West Coast LA guys
Amazing.
playing together. I thought that was awesome for the city. I wish we could have did something big and won on a larger scale, because that was a hell of a story to be told if we could have won.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it, man. Again, I wanted to be here. Like, I wanted to be here. I felt like, in a way, I was kind of forced to make a decision that was best for me. And, yeah, it played out how it was supposed to, I guess. To the fans, like, I just want to say, man, I appreciate the fans here while I was in LA. You know, they held me down. They held the team down. One of the best fan bases. Like, it says a lot when you have such a historic team like the Lakers, who have won multiple titles, and you still a Clippers fan. You know what I mean? Like, it says a lot about, you know, the fandom behind being a Clipper fan. And so, you know, forever indebted with just the love, the support, the genuineness around me. You know, it was fun. It was fun lacing it up in front of them. You know, I'm sad that I won't go into the new arena with purely like Clippers fans packing that arena out.
I think we sad too.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, bro. It's bittersweet, you know, and
get the good
you know,
treatment.
I don't know what reception I get coming back, but you know, I do want to say I appreciate playing in front of the home crowd and you know, embracing that, playing for the city.
Do one more last call for Steve for just telling me want to just see the arena when y'all come in town.
Y'all want to see?
You still want them
you wanna
tickets?
see it in there?
I just want to be in that arena.
He's still trying to get them
I'm a
tickets.
Cali boy. You know what I'm saying?
Would you
But,
be on the wall? Like, you know how the arena has a wall where it's standing room only.
Yeah, probably.
You'll be in there?
I'll try that one at least.
But you got to be
just
like
to experience
nuts,
it.
going crazy. In
Yeah, I'm crazy anyway. That ain't nothing. You know,
Jackie would be perfect for that section.
He would be.
I'll kill it.
He would.
I will kill it. But before you ask your next question, Dallas, while you over there talking about kill it and shit, look, I need you to clear up quickly your little jokey tweets
you
that
had
you
some-
had.
Yeah, I
week
kind of went through
going
the
on
ringer
to the
this week.
fans. Yeah.
Well, when the news broke, Jackie, and I mentioned this earlier, it's bittersweet. Like, there's one half of me that's super excited that P got a new opportunity, but then there's the other side, selfishly from a friend perspective. We don't get to go golfing no more. We don't get to see his games as much. So I had tweeted something out and kind of got into a little bit of friendly banter with one of the fans. And I think it might have came off not so friendly. But I mean, you guys know me. I kind of like to poke and do a little trash talking. It's just kind of my personality. But I was just having fun, and I should have been more sensitive to how the Clipper Nation felt at that moment. So at the end of the day, I don't want that to overshadow how good the Clippers organization was. We met so many nice fans, staff, and everyone. So just don't want that to get overlooked on how much fun we had during those last 5 years.
Yeah, I knew it was genuine when like this dude called me at like 8:39 in the morning. So he's like,
This is
P,
good.
I'm sorry, dude.
TD was on me.
He didn't even like explain what happened, like,
Call
bro.
me too.
And you had this look too.
Bro,
like,
I
he didn't
was
say nothing
sick.
yet. First, I answered it and he was just like,
He's trying to get ahead of it. You know what I mean? Like, let me just call the source.
You know what I
he's
told
like,
you,
I'm
Pete?
sorry, dude.
You know what I told you?
What?
I said, better you than me.
Hey, he did say that. All right, well, thanks, Jackie.
I was like, hey, man, but hey, you know.
Oh, but again,
Everybody
it's
make
kind of like,
mistakes.
you know, even the whole thing I said with Drew. Like, you know, I'm gonna ride with my boys at the end of the
Yeah.
day, and people, you know,
What was the funniest thing that they said? Because you were catching heat.
that's not really that didn't bother me because I've kind of dealt with that
Okay.
my whole life. I just didn't want anybody to take my words like I had got that from you.
Like me.
And I think
I gotcha.
most people probably think we talk more about that kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
honestly, you know,
Which we don't.
I'm just a
that
friend.
I'm happy you clarified that. Like, because that was like, that's not conversations we even have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was good that you kind of clarified that, you know, that was, you know, purely your thoughts on the situation.
And I think it also is a testament to how passionate the Clipper fans are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They got on me
Yeah.
tough.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
And-
they watching.
And,
They
you know, I
watching.
think that's a testament, even though some of the comments were a little harsh, you know, I'll take that. And again, I think I was just a little too soon. It's like a breakup and then you move on right away. You know what I mean? Like I
Mhm.
probably should have said nothing, and things probably would have gone a different
Beyond.
direction. But yeah,
Mhm.
you live and you learn.
You live and you
Live
learn.
and you learn. We've been sitting there for a minute. Some teams, out of all this, I haven't heard you say, but in the reports, I heard that the Warriors wanted you, and even Draymond Green said on his podcast that they wanted you. They was
Mhm.
interested in you.
Mhm.
I want to know, how did you feel when you found out that the Warriors wanted your ass? I mean, you was gonna play with Steph Curry. Come on, you know that.
Yeah,
Come
that
on,
was
man.
that was a real thing. Like that was a real thing. That was close to being done. That deal was close to being done from what I was being, told on the situation. They was expressing like just how much they wanted me there, how I could have fit in perfectly with, Draymond, Steph,
Clay probably would have stayed.
Podziemski,
Shit.
Kuminga, like Wiggins. They didn't know how or what, package was going to be there to trade for me. But
Was my favorite player still gonna be there?
Looney?
Yeah. Was he?
Looney was going to be
was gonna be
there. And so it was very intriguing. And, it was still an opportunity to stay close to home, stay on the West Coast. And it was a win-win. Like, I think Steph is a unicorn, one of one player, and Joel's a unicorn, one of one player. So it was kind of like a good situation to be in the middle of. But ultimately, like, the deal didn't go through. I think Clippers didn't want a certain trade deal that Warriors were willing to give. And yeah, it just didn't happen. But it was close. It was
I
close.
could have seen you in that uni.
It'd have been dope, man. I was
Yeah.
looking forward to it if it happened.
Would have been a lot closer.
I would have been a lot closer. I would have been a lot
dope.
closer. I probably would have still lived in LA.
Wait. Would you
Nah,
probably
I'm
could have
just
been
playing.
13 over there though, huh?
I think
You probably
13
could've
is.
been
I think
13.
13's
I
good.
Yeah.
I think 13's
you would have been
good.
good over there.
Oh, Will had
Will?
damn, Will taking
Damn,
13
Will took
everywhere.
13.
Damn.
God
He
damn.
did play for San Fran. That's right.
How you feel though, P, being at your age and you still got these teams that's looking forward to playing and giving this money to you? Like, this boy got game. Like, how you feel, man? Because you still
I still like
that dude. Like,
I still feel like I can play at a high level. Like, I still feel like even when athleticism goes, I still feel like I have enough skill to kind of be productive and do what I need to do and still defend at a high level. Like, I still feel like I can play well past 34, 35, 36, 37 years old. Like, I still feel like I take care of my body. I work hard. I work out. And now I'm in a whole new phase of trying to add even more longevity and switching on my whole diet. So I feel good, bro. Like, yeah, they say, oh, he's 34, like getting this deal. Like, I feel great. I still feel like I can play at a high level.
like I always say, after your injury, you played totally
Yeah.
way better than me.
That's what people like. That's what people
smarter,
don't
like,
realize.
it's
Like, bro,
like,
that was a crazy
you like
injury.
a new person again after
Facts.
the injury. Like,
Facts.
like you seem younger. You seem more like the game is even more fun to you.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
like you like a little kid when you're around. Like, if people know when we around you, like a little kid,
Mhm.
your ass would be in a suit or something playing basketball. Sit your ass down.
Yeah.
It's over. You out there shooting and shit. It's like,
Love the
nah,
game, man.
It's good to see that, and the people see it too. Like, they respect you because your game is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Just at the end of the day,
Right.
And Pete,
that was one of the my bad to cut
No,
you
you're
off.
good, you're
That was one of the, and I forgot to bring, like, that was one of the pitching points that Philly had. Like, we still believe in you well past, like, they were talking about, like, shit, we hope
Get you
after this contract you would still want to be in a Sixers jersey. But they like, we still feel you can play into your 40s. Like, that's how much we believe in you.
Yeah.
So you got that belief on your side. Like, and again, I believe that I can still play at a high level for a long time.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that when I look at your injury, and now we fast forward, now you're 34, you just got one of the biggest contracts in the NBA. I think they said only LeBron and Steph have gotten those types of contracts at this age. But would you say that that injury was almost a blessing in disguise? Because if you never got injured, your game did change. You had to evolve your game. You weren't attacking the rim as much and trying to dunk on people. And that type of style and play over the years can have more wear and tear on your body. Do you look back at that injury right now, like signing this contract and going, it all worked out and it was a blessing in disguise?
Nah, hell no. I wish I never had that injury. Just to be honest, bro, I wish I never had that injury. Cause it just goes to just how hard I work to come back. That it from the naked eye looked like, oh, he's gotten better. Like, hell no. Like I never like I wasn't moving the same when I came back. You know what I mean? Like I could tell that I wasn't the same player. But what did change is I thought I got smarter and I learned the game from, a mental, like, just watching it from the sideline for a whole year and just seeing tendencies and, like, what would work, what wouldn't work, how teams are playing certain plays or situations. Like, I was looking at all that stuff when I was on the sidelines. So I grew, I think, as just from a mental standpoint of just seeing the game differently. But hell no, I wish I never had that.
I wasn't asking if you wish you had it. I'm just saying, do you think that it possibly helped extend your career a little bit because it forced you to approach the game differently? We know that they.
Yeah. Nah.
I'm super happy. I'm not asking that.
I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant when you asked it, but I can't say that it was a blessing in disguise that it happened. But I will say that it did help me kind of navigate through getting hurt. Like because I had 2 surgeries on my shoulder. I had surgery on my left knee. Like, I had multiple seasons of finishing the year and having to get surgery. So I think it helped me navigate how to work and come back from, like, if this was the biggest injury, like, all this other shit I can work and get through. So I think it did help me from that standpoint of, like, all right, I've conquered the worst one that could possibly happen to me at this point. Like, now I know how to work and I know what that feels like and what rehab is like. So from that standpoint, yeah, it helped for sure.
Well, P.S. early, but have you felt the brotherly love most yet from Philly? Like, has the natives hit you yet? Will Smith for Kevin Hart?
Yeah, I heard Kev hit me. Kev texted me.
What did he say?
It was only through text. Hey, man. It was quick.
What you doing? Man, you on a team now. What did he say?
Nah, it was quick. Kev hit me quick on a text. I was supposed to get up with him, but it was just so much going on. I didn't really get a chance to kind of slow everything down. Gilly DM'd me. We talked a little bit in the DMs.
There you go.
What did he say? Come on, hey, I need you on the podcast ASAP. Nearly, wait.
Nah.
Right.
Who else? Lil Dicky sent the message.
Okay. Lil Dicky. That's dope.
Outside of that, they had a whole video.
No Meek Mill?
Nah, Meek ain't hear me. They had a whole video though. Cause he was part of the recruiting video that they had for me on the meeting.
What did he say in that video?
I mean, cause they got their course. Him and Tiger.
Oh, that's right. You were telling me about that.
Yeah. So he's like, man, would love to have you. Like, we'll get you a part of this group right here. And so, yeah, he had a cool little statement, or a cool little, introduction to me. But no, outside of that, that's about it.
P, who all was in that video for the recruitment video?
Saquon was in it.
That's dope.
Lil Dicky, Kevin Hart, Mike Trout. And then it was just a ton of, like, they did like this cool like thing of Philly natives talking about the city and what the Sixers mean to them and what it'll mean me coming there. So it was a cool, like,
that's dope.
It was a cool video. It had a lot of energy behind the city.
So other than your teammates, who on the Philly Mount Rushmore are you excited to see or meet?
Oh, I met Dr. J. Obviously I know AI. But it'd be awesome to connect with AI. I mean, I think, as far as the biggest pieces there, that are around is Dr. J and AI.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I spoke to one of them. It'd be awesome to have that conversation with AI on just what the city is, what it's like playing for Philly, what it's like being a Sixers. So I want to have that conversation with AI. Shout out the other Philly legend, Jason Kelce, man. We pretty much pod brothers at this point.
Yeah.
Shout out the Kelce brothers in general. But yeah, man, appreciate you and the tradition that you brought to Philadelphia. We trying to cap that same tradition with a championship of our own. So shout out Jason
We
Kelce.
need to get him on the pod one day, man.
We got to do a collab,
Like how we in the
man.
same family and our family on the show with
We need a Kelce collab.
It's a
It always
family
be the
couch.
family.
It's always the family. Oh, family is so good. Come on, family.
So, Pete, now that you've made your decision to join the 76ers, what's your intro message to the Philly fans?
You know what? I just, I'm going to do and, try to bring the best version of myself. Like, I love that the fans love to hold, messages and you said this and you said that.
Hold you accountable.
Hold you accountable. But, I want to be there. You're going to get 100% max effort out of me. I look forward to just being in front of that crowd. And what was interesting? Aaron told me this. He was like, like Philly's one of those destinations where, like, historically the fans like are all about their team. Like you haven't played for something like on that scale.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that, embracing that, playing for y'all, working as hard as I can, bringing that two-way player, and just winning. Like, I'm trying to win. I ain't won yet. I can't say that I'm a champion yet. I want to be able to crown myself as a champion. So I'm gonna work hard as hell. I'm gonna push big fella. I'm gonna push Tyrese to be better, and just try to build something, man. Build a championship team.
I see it.
Philly on 3?
Philly on 3. We doing that?
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Go ahead, people.
Philly on 3. 1, 2, 3. Philly! And that's a wrap on the episode.